trampling over other people just to get a deal. Those were the days.
Yeah,
Those are the days.
People just
The
like
glory days.
tearing
Son,
each
you
other
know
to
how I
pieces.
got this scar?
And like, do you think that's beneficial?
Deals.
Well, no. They were discounting themselves.
wait. No, say it.
Better people is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
So, President Roosevelt, when he ran, changed Thanksgiving to be a week earlier to allow retailers to have more time.
Unless you're talking about Teddy.
No,
Teddy would be like before stores.
So the thing, other than you hate people,
People are the worst.
or people are the worst.
What a great philosophy on life.
For someone
You're
that
gonna
works
deal
with
with people, make sure they pay you
People
a lot of
are
money.
fundamentally the worst.
Run nihilism.exe.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
All right.
Nothing matters and nothing makes sense. We're spinning on a ball around the sun. Intergalactic space, everything fucking expanding.
So, anybody get some deals on Black Friday?
Absolutely not.
No?
I stayed far away from that.
Stay
My
far from-
family's not even doing Christmas gifts this year.
I-
we just,
What?
That's what they
Really?
decided. I was like, okay. That just means I don't have to Google like what kids at a certain age need, right? For my nieces and
Actually not
nephews.
bad.
You know,
So-
I hate that about Christmas. I hate that, like, anytime someone feels like where they get to where they expect something and
Yeah.
and they just like expect it because, well, it's Christmas and I deserve it. It's like that thing means so much less to them. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my family doesn't even celebrate Christmas until after Christmas. So that, because, you have, 7 or 8 people trying to all figure out schedules during that time, puts a lot of stress on the family. So I'm going to visit them Monday, then them Tuesday. We're going to be at your house on Christmas. Same thing for Thanksgiving. We do the same thing. So we actually meet the second week of January.
That's random.
Yeah. We
Well,
don't
that
visit
is-
on Christmas
We're
at all.
traditional. We meet on Christmas and give gifts and
Yeah, I go to
but-
Florida every year for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It's the
Nice.
slowest. Well, yeah, it's the slowest 2 weeks that exist in my business. So like literally nothing's
Yeah, you
happening
might-
here.
you
So
might
it's
as
like
well.
it's
Yeah.
free time off.
But as far as Black Friday goes, that's known as the biggest shopping time of the year. So you have Thanksgiving sales, and then you have Black Friday, and then you have Cyber Monday.
Yep.
None of you guys go out and wait in line.
I
I don't wait in
never-
line.
Have you ever
Actually,
done that in your life?
I think the only time I've gone to a Black Friday thing is with you at Best Buy.
That was in 2019.
I
That's
think
the last time
We made the
I've
Yeah.
news because we were buying so much shit.
that's right. All those TVs for
all
the
the
office.
TVs and the printers and all the gear
So-
for the office. I have never done a Black Friday ever again.
Yeah.
It
So
just seems like a waste of time to me.
I think the last time I did that was like maybe way back when Joseph A. Bank was doing buy one suit, get 8 suits free, right? But no.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's what they used to do all the time.
Well,
right?
their
It's
suits are like $100 a pop. They're like
Isn't
really,
there
but you buy
professor
one
suits?
suit at like $800, $900,
Exactly.
and then you're just really buying 8
Oh,
Yeah.
you're really
Is that
just
your-
buying
So
eight
really,
cheap
you
suits.
should
Eight-
never
eight
go to a store like
cheap
that
suits.
and buy one suit, right?
Is that your professor jacket you always wear?
No,
With the
no. That's a nice sport
little-
coat, though.
Ah.
Yeah. That's
So none of you guys are influenced by Black Friday.
Oh, I'm
marketing?
100% influenced. I definitely bought a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
But
what-
I bought a couple soft boxes that were on sale, and they were actually on sale because I was looking at them before.
okay. So I was going to buy a wood planer because I'm getting back into woodworking,
Oh God!
and I've been
in
wanting
that
this.
garage,
Yeah, it's turned into a wood shop.
you gotta be loud.
Anyways, I've been looking at this DeWalt planer, and it was already on sale for $5.99. Its original price is like $7.50, and then looked on Black Friday, and now it has a sticker on it. It's like whatever % off, same price. And this brings me to our meme, which we're gonna bring up. Can you bring up the meme, Aaron? It's like perfect resemblance of what Black Friday is when it comes to sales, and it's perfect. So Wednesday $8.99, hold. Thursday $8.99, hold. And then Black Friday, it's the same price, but above it has a higher price of $1,009. That is a perfect example
Sales
of
psychology.
Black
I love it.
Friday. People thinking they're going to steal. In reality, they're not. So, and by the way, that planer is still $5.99. So I didn't save anything by buying it. I don't know. I just feel like Black Friday for me has gotten not as exciting because I have most of the shit that I want now. It's just
You really
'cause
don't worry
Yeah.
about
I'm like looking for
sales.
things I really don't need, and I'm just like I looked at Amazon's Black Friday list, and all these items are just like I don't know.
It's like
New
rubbish.
stuff
Just-
is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like just God, like having stuff everywhere and having to find a place for it. It's exhausting. I hate it. I hate having more things. I've gotten to where I don't want any more photography, anything. I just
but
I wanna sell
until
stuff
until
now.
you call me asking about the next thing and then saying I think I want to buy this.
now, but
except for the thing that I'm currently considering.
but in the aspect of marketing, did you just buy something because it had a slash price? Did you buy something that you weren't thinking of that you saw on Black Friday and then you bought it? And what convinced you to buy it? Was it just the slash of the price tag?
No, it was no. I never buy based on a slash of a price tag. I had a specific job in my head, and I had a specific lighting setup that I wanted to do for that job, and so I bought 2 soft boxes to hang lights from C stands. And
So you already had a plan of what items you wanted to buy,
yeah,
and you were just waiting for any sale.
I wasn't waiting on the sale. I happened to think of them on Cyber Monday.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that would be great. Oh wait, hey, it's Cyber Monday. Let's see if those are on sale. Hey, great, let's snatch them.
But no aspect of marketing convinced you, oh, this is a great deal, let's buy it.
No,
It's just the aspect of a job. So no
it was opportunistic.
post. Okay.
Yeah.
No email came in and you bought something discounted. Any of you guys?
Oh,
I know
no.
you're in the middle
No,
of
I
nowhere.
think
so.
We did.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere, but also like being on the inside of marketing and IT, it's always that perspective of going, they're just trying to sell me shit. So
Black Rifle.
I always just try to sit there
They
and
got me again.
shop and try to make, is this the best price? Is this what I'm actually going to get? Or am I being, like sold on something? Like being in a new business owner, kind of the same thing happens. It's like everyone's just trying to sell you stuff, get these emails, the email marketing and stuff. I don't need it. But
I
they
did-
just kind of like the marketing
I did
aspect
buy
of it.
something
So,
from an email
yeah.
because it had a huge coupon code in it. But it was a product I already buy, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I got Black Rifle coffee.
It's
They,
all
uh,
right.
It's buy one get one free.
It's all right.
Oh,
the
I love
coffee's
it.
okay.
I love it.
It's all right.
Yeah, you're like a fanboy of their instant coffee.
I know it's wild. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I-
That's not what I
It's
got,
like
but
Senka? Instant coffee.
yeah, no, yeah, and I hate instant coffee, right? I hate instant coffee, but their instant coffee is like just really good coffee.
So, in the aspects of marketing, then, what do you think from a Black Friday deal, Cyber Monday, holiday special, other than people like you who are just not influenced by that stuff? What influences the vast majority of people to spend money?
FOMO.
Getting it in front of their face.
In
Getting it in front of their face every
Yeah,
time.
in what way?
Just like, well, for me, so the Black Rifle got me through a text. So I'm on, somehow I gave them my number, and like they sent me the text, and I just got that text notification. I was like, buy one get one free. Let's go, £4.
That's a lot of coffee.
So
That
like,
is a lot.
so to me, it's like getting it in front of, if I'm someone who's trying to implement a Black Friday strategy, I'm just like, let's get it in front of them, and the people that want it want it.
How many times did you see a Black Friday ad, or was it just a simple text message and you were sold? Was it a text message, an email, then a Facebook ad? Was it the third touch that got you, or was it just the first one?
Ooh. Well, they send me stuff all the time, and I'm constantly
You're on a
I'm
campaign
constantly
trip.
passing
But that
Yeah.
day, how many
That
times?
once.
Just once.
once.
I think subject line matters. I think preview text matters. I think the content matters in the email. Like, yeah, I was drafting an email for one of our clients, sells olive oil. Really good stuff, by the way. Shout out to Dimitri Olive Oil. Right? Good stuff there. But one of the things I was looking at was, obviously all the other emails that we were getting, right? Because you're getting tons, right? And we were sending one Black Friday, so you're sending one on Wednesday afternoon and then another one Monday, right? Cyber Monday, the morning of, right? But one thing I was trying to avoid in the subject line was just saying Black Friday starts now, right? Cyber Weekend starts now, right? Because that's what every single email was saying, right?
You're trying to be
Best Buy,
Oh
all of
yeah,
them.
that's
They
right.
literally, Wednesday, they're all sending out emails before Thanksgiving saying, sales starts now, Black Friday starts now, right? And it's about urgency. Totally get it. You should have urgency, but you don't want to sound like everyone else.
Sure.
You want
Mm.
something that's a little bit different, right? But I mean, I think those can be effective.
He
If-
did 35% more this year over last month of last
Nice.
year.
Very
Nice.
good. Very good. And that's just about taking customers that already exist, right, and converting them at that point in time, right? You already exist as the Black Rifle Company customer. Clearly, you're the one susceptible to that text message,
Very
right?
susceptible.
And it was worth it, right? Very much so.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
There you go, right? There you go. That's a great customer. You spend the money and you feel really good about spending the money.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Like-
and that's the same thing in the case of the olive oil. People buying as stocking stuffers, right? If they're going to do it a couple
So-
weeks later, why not get that sale now?
What
right?
do you think drives most people then? Because mostly Black Friday is about getting people into the store, getting people out of the seat. I don't know if you guys know the origin of Black Friday. There's no solid proof of where it came from. There's like 3 theories. One theory is like company was in the red, and to get back into the black, which is profit.
Yeah.
It was all on like a quarterly basis, and Friday was it, and it's the Friday Thanksgiving. This is the way to do it. That's one theory. Other theory is like something tied to the stock market crash in the 80s. It happened on a Tuesday or whatever. So besides that point, one thing though is that back in, I think it was in the 50s, retailers looking for ways to get more people to shop for the holidays because most people weren't like leaving their homes to shop for Christmas and stuff. So what Macy's did was the Macy's Day Parade. It was to get people out and to, you'd be there in New York City and stuff like that, to watch and go and see that. Then what do you do afterwards? Because people would make it, I don't know,
Walk in
nowadays.
traffic to other stores.
Most
Yeah.
people, back in the day, you would go to New York City. It was like a thing to do. I'm sure people still do it, but like you would make it an effort to go to see the parade. But then what do you do afterwards? You go shop.
You're gonna go shop.
And it increased traffic a crap load. Nowadays, people probably don't give two shits about the Macy's Day Parade. What do you?
I've never watched
What
it.
marketing do you think would convince someone to get off their butt? Is it just the TV aspect, like the discounted TVs?
Yeah,
Like
it just feels like that's less and less important now, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's more about driving traffic to the website, right? And so like Cyber Monday was another example of just an artificially created thing that, hey, let's spread it out. So let's not just get sales on Friday,
Can you,
Saturday, Sunday. Let's get sales on Monday.
Aaron? Can you bring
Yeah,
up the first article? Real
I
quick?
think I think it was also companies paying attention to the fact that people were buying online
After
so
they
much
would see
more.
stuff over the
So,
weekend too.
I don't know. They don't show the numbers. So this is an article from TechCrunch. Black Friday 2022 e-commerce reaches record 9.12 billion
There it is.
on Black Friday, and then 5.3 on Thanksgiving. Can you scroll down? I don't know if it goes through the aspect if what was retail versus online.
well,
but
I mean,
The thing is, though, like, you guess we did have inflation. People were talking about people spending less money, but the fact that Black Friday this year beat out last year by like, I think it was like 2.9% up over last year.
5.29 billion online.
Oh, there it is. Thanksgiving number shoppers spent
On
online
Thursday.
on Thursday.
and they were not getting that business in retail prior to really the push for e-commerce, right? Because I mean, you're no people weren't going shopping on Thursday
So-
itself.
Thanksgiving 31 billion. So the Salesforce said they're up 9%. Salesforce also said 78% of sales traffic came from mobile devices. Wow,
People shop on their phones.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
But what's also crazy is that if you go to the next article,
I think
Aaron,
I think that also probably speaks to some Thanksgiving boredom.
Cyber Monday did more than Black Friday.
Makes sense.
Check out while the political argument happens at the table and just
Yeah.
on your phone and
Yeah,
just buy some coffee.
Okay, Uncle Joe, I don't care what you're saying. I'm checking out TikTok right
So-
now.
Cyber Monday did 11.3 billion
Hmm.
on Cyber Monday, and then Black Friday did 9.3. That's crazy. I would think Black Friday would do more than Cyber Monday. I thought Cyber Monday was just like this last ditch effort push.
I think Cyber
Okay.
Monday is going to continually become the new.
Yeah,
I feel
people
like
aren't traveling anymore; they're back in town, right?
yeah,
I mean,
and retail, it's unfortunate, but like physical retail, I feel like has been a really big beast that has begun to like age and die.
So
And I don't know that we'll ever get to. I don't think that we'll ever get to a point where it's not, where it's completely gone. But I think I mean,
do you know the date of Thanksgiving was once changed back in, I think it was also in the 50s or 60s. President Roosevelt, whatever, when he ran, changed Thanksgiving to be a week earlier to allow retailers to have more time to capitalize on shopping during the holidays. And it pissed off a lot of people.
Probably during the Depression, right? I mean, if it was Roosevelt, it would have been during the Depression, right?
It was.
Yeah.
So, unless you're talking about Teddy, but Teddy would be like before stores.
So the thing
Frank,
is though,
FDR. Would
No, it wasn't
be
FDR. They changed it to be like the second Thursday of the month.
It sounds like something they would have done in the 50s when consumerism really was born, right? Like the 50s, post
I might have the
World War
president
II.
wrong, but either way,
Yeah.
they changed that, and it kind of pissed off a lot of states. Some states said, "Screw you." They still kept it. Texas celebrated both, so they had two Thanksgivings. And then 2 or 3 years later, the government came back and said, "No, this is dumb," and then made Thanksgiving to what it is today as far as the date.
Yeah.
I also
But
think
it was the sole intention to drive more traffic to retail stores. That was the only intention of the movie.
Talk about some powerful lobbying there, right? Is you're lobbying the government to change a holiday.
which is now unnecessary. It's like even more because now we have obviously online for people
which will
for
only
buying.
grow because Thanksgiving is a U.S. holiday. Cyber Monday is a global thing, right? So that's global sales. So
Yeah,
like
that's something else to
Thanksgiving around the
consider.
world is not even. You don't have.
Yeah.
They're
They're playing World Cup games. Like, they
every
don't
Joe
care.
Schmo's
Yeah.
like, get out of my
Yeah.
want a new TV. Like, no, they're not doing that in the UK.
that's interesting.
Like Cyber Monday is more recognized, so it only get worse in my opinion.
Well, no, the Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday do happen overseas now.
Right,
It's
but
now
not
true.
like I'm talking about Black Friday comparison to Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is going to outtrend Black
yeah.
Friday because
International.
right? People in the UK really don't go, okay, Black Friday. They're not as celebratory as we are.
They never had like the the Walmart. Or
Walmart failed.
Oh no.
Stampeding.
Yeah, I was talking about the Walmart stampeding or the Best Buy where people were like trampling over other people just to get a deal. Those were the days.
Yeah,
Those are the days.
People just
the
like
glory days.
tearing
Son,
each
you
other
know
to
how I
pieces.
got this scar?
Seeing people beat each other up over coffee, your toaster or coffee machine or toaster oven or mostly TVs.
We're not telling
Some
our kids
doll
war
for their
stories
daughter.
anymore. We're telling our kids how we got the 85-inch TV.
It still happens.
Oh, yeah.
But I tried looking for videos this year. There weren't as many like brawls compared to the previous years. Like if you type in Black Friday brawls, most of the videos are like from 5 plus 8 to 8 years ago.
I think a lot of people got their aggression out when Popeyes came out with the chicken sandwich. Do you ever see those videos? It's wild.
But it's I understand you can buy a lot of stuff online, but like if you look, a lot of times those brawls were over TVs.
Yeah.
But like again, the deals for TVs, and I'm like seeing a 75-inch. Maybe it's just because we've seen it so much now. People aren't as excited or willing to kill for a TV.
And they're getting cheaper. Technology's making TVs better and cheaper.
True. Also, but to my viral clip about the Black Friday TVs, again, most people just don't realize you're just buying leftover parts from other models thrown together for literally that day.
I have kids. If it works, it works. Eventually, something's going to get thrown
True.
on my TV. So
Great.
I'm not going to buy a $1,000 TV right
Some
now.
people I get the premise of that, and which is why we bought all those
oh, yeah.
all those TVs on Black Friday back in 2019 for when we moved into a new office because we wanted to have TVs in all the rooms. I wasn't looking for anything super, super high quality. And like the news was there and started recording us because like, oh my God, these guys are trying to,
Fill the whole
fill
truck
the
of
whole
stuff.
truck of like, look at these guys are excited about the deals. And then I'm like, no, I'm just trying to fill an office. We bought a refrigerator. We bought multiple Apple TVs,
Got a fridge, laser printer, 2 TVs, a monitor,
coffee maker.
Jeez.
But it was no intention. I was just doing one to save money, but I wasn't like dying for it as far
Mhm.
as like the deal. We could have done it 2 weeks before and been fine. So surprisingly, these TVs are still working. Granted, these weren't those type of model TVs I bought anyways. They already had reviews.
Let me ask you guys this. So there is a pressure to make things go on sale on
Black Friday.
Like, and so
'Cause people expect
I
it.
saw a lot of creatives who have no reason to put anything on sale, right? But I saw a lot of creatives like giving deals, and like, do you think that's beneficial?
Deals.
Well, no. They were discounting themselves, because as a creative, you can do that because your
So,
value is like
Are
it's
you
kind of arbitrary.
are you hurting? So I would say it's a few questions I think you should ask before that. I get your point, and it makes 100% sense. But is that creative struggling for money? Like, do they need a few, like,
or is it the time of year where they wouldn't otherwise get the business, right? So if you're making the argument that they're getting new customer acquisition for a discounted rate, right? And then they can convert that customer into a ongoing paying client down the road at a standard rate,
Yeah.
there could be value there, especially if it's the time of year you're talking about where December, maybe they don't have many people
Did we
signing
do
up.
Black Friday any specials? Absolutely not.
No.
There's no need to.
Yeah.
For the type of service that we're doing. I mean, most B2B stuff, you're not going to see Black Friday. And I also think it's kind of outlandish to ask for a Black Friday deal.
What are the negatives of offering a discount?
You discount yourself. The potential of,
I mean, beyond the obvious of making less money, what kind of like psychological implications do you make? Do you
It's
think?
cheap.
Yeah, I mean, you potentially you could look at it from the perspective of the new client acquisition you got is clients you may not want, right?
Yeah.
Meaning people who are super price sensitive. And
Mhm.
so maybe you can't. I don't know that you could value
And-
the new clients you get on that day to new clients you get on any
and most
given
people
day.
that are the ones that are shopping for the deal, like the sole intention of like the cheapest item, tend to be the most pain in the ass client because they want it to be cheap, but they also want it to be perfect and the best quality product for
Yeah.
the cheapest price. It's back to my whole thing of the
The
sales
triangle.
triangle,
Yep.
price, quality, speed, but they want all three. That's
Yeah.
the type of client you attract. With
Why is
discounted
that?
price.
Because that's the wildest thing. But like, here's the thing: what I noticed whenever I elevated my prices like to where they are, I noticed that like there was a sharp drop off of like red flag clients. I don't understand that. And that's something that almost everyone,
That's great. That's what
almost
you want.
everyone, yeah, I know.
It's
That's what everyone
the-
seems to experience. But like, why is that? Why is it like the more you cost, the more I guess it's the more you're valued?
because
It's the mentality of the other people you work with, right? I mean, it's you're in a different like economic structure, right?
Yeah.
Or class. You're dealing with higher classed people.
Better.
wait. No, say it.
Better people is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
so the thing is when you a lot of times price is equated to quality. So some people are willing to pay more for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes with like certain high-end brand names, people are willing to pay that much more, knowing they're getting a quality product. Granted, it could
And
be-
ask less questions
yes,
and demand less
Yeah.
demand less perfection.
the thing, it's an attitude of money. Most people that come to a point where they've made a lot of money, not just received and here. I'm not talking about those people. Those people tend to be a pain in the butt. The person that's gone through the efforts and the hard work to get to that point tend to be more blunt in nature, tend to be more ask less questions a lot of times, and just make it. They're faster at making decisions. They don't question it. So when they want something,
Interesting.
they just make it decision. They don't question the price because you may have sold them on the value. Like our clients, when we tell them, yeah, this project's going to be $50,000, they're like, oh, cool. Where do you want the check sent? And that's it. Versus I quote someone a service for
Something
maybe a
like
little less for like $5,000 or $500. This person's like, I want the best quality service. This is my lifeblood. We're going to be toe and toe together, and I want to make sure this is going to be the best fit for both of us. And like, no, this doesn't make sense for me to put all that time and energy into you. No offense to.
Well,
I get you're maybe starting a new business at all, or at the end of the day, they're mostly just cheap. But
yeah, I think also that when the kind of client you're describing that has red flags, right, is also the same client. I think the price sensitivity, right, is a reflection of their priorities, right? And so is their priority to get the best result or the best quality item or the best quality outcome?
It seems to be.
But if they're really like haggling over price or so focused on price, then it shows you their priorities aren't ultimately on getting the best outcome. It's really on getting the price the lowest. And
Right.
that client is just passed from one provider to another until eventually they end up at the lowest common denominator, whoever will accept them and deal with them. Like one of our clients who does independent auto like servicing for like higher end luxury vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
They're an independent shop, and the other independent shops all kind of talk with each other about problem clients, right? And they're the red flag clients you're describing that just basically stop dealing with the dealership, and then we're like, okay, I want to go to an independent shop, and then they just get moved from one independent shop to the next because they fought over price, they were terrible to work with, whatever it is. Because again, they're just going to eventually go to whoever's going to deal with them and put up with it, right?
Banks do the same thing. There's a list or a tracking system that all banks use to track, new client acquisition. So like when people try to take advantage of those, like, $200 for a new checking account, and some people take advantage of that, like they'll create a checking account out at this bank, and then once
deposit
it's
the
done,
minimum amount.
deposit the minimum amount, and then go and do the next bank that's doing the same thing and try to move banks just to make money that way. Eventually, a few banks will stop that, and they'll just deny service to you. Because they've seen this list. You've moved from this bank, for this bank. Oh, you're just trying to get the free money. We don't want that. So
Yeah.
it's the same.
And so my argument would be, are you really attracting the kind of clients you want anyways?
It's
right?
what's so perplexing to me is that, yes, price seems to be like a very important thing to this client, right? But then, like, when it gets to the actual doing of the work, it seems like that goes out the window, and price is no longer the most important thing. Then it's, I want the best thing that exists,
because
right? Anyway, go ahead.
sorry. So I was just gonna say, like, if they're valuing the dollar amount to that degree, right? They're pressing that the lowest price possible, the lowest price possible, the lowest price possible. Then you switch to the actual doing of the work. It's the best possible, the best possible, the best possible. Because it's like a one-track mind, right? It's just switching from this to that, right? And, that's just the pressure that creatives are always going to experience, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like creatives are always going to have that personality type that they have to deal with at some point.
Yeah. I had somebody call me today, and they wanted a 5-month project, and their expectation was like $300
for
that was
5
just like,
months of work.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they basically wanted a YouTube channel launched, and it was basically based on the promise of future money.
Oh, yeah.
When their YouTube channel blows up. And I don't know.
You know how long that takes?
I know. I spent 30 minutes gently telling them how much work that was going to take.
Yeah.
And if I was going to do all that work for you, I would want like 75% of those fees. If
Royalties, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, but
because it's not that much
In
money.
perpetuity.
In perpetuity, yeah.
It's YouTube revenue is not that much. I mean, we haven't been monetized yet. We're almost there. But at that point, we're not even close yet. But like most of those YouTube channels don't make the money from the revenue from
make it from
the
like
views.
affiliate links or like store
sponsors
links
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Sponsors, yeah.
So you'd see like, whether it's some knife company or there's this whole thing like established titles. I don't know if you guys have seen this, those ads on YouTube. Every YouTuber was like sponsoring or promoting this sponsorship, established titles, where you buy some land out in Scotland.
Oh,
and
yeah,
now
and
you're
you'd be a
lord.
lord.
Yeah, it's a total scam, and that company is actually 100% a scam. It was some company in China that bought like 2 acres, whatever land, and in Scotland they don't recognize that sort of where you can parcel out 1 square foot of land and now you're a lord.
So they just invented this.
That stuff has been around, just like buying a star in the sky.
Buying land on the moon.
Or land on the moon. It's complete
purchasing
BS.
a star.
It's a gag. It's a
For the love.
funny gag gift if you think about it, but you
Yeah.
technically own no domain over that. How the hell are you going to enforce it? You can't. There's no government entity. But anyways, those companies were paying some of these YouTubers like $20,000 a month just to read off that they were doing that much business. But that's where the money is made. But you have to have built in a huge audience to get to that point. So this idea of someone paying you just $300 to build them a YouTube channel and then expect for future profits, like you
Yeah.
insane?
It'd
It's
be around
wild.
for 3 years.
Well,
Like,
and I think that's also a general like undervaluing of creatives.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
And undervaluing what you're offering and the constant
It's-
obsession with
it's the same
lowering
thing-
the amount.
It's the same thing in our space when someone comes to us and they think a website's $500.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not.
yeah.
Maybe for one page.
Yeah, no, that's
Nope.
like no, not even that. The time and effort just to build out the process to launch you, no, it's not even worth that time or money.
Things
So,
things that work are never going to be cheap.
Yes.
Like because there's I feel like that's the fourth. I feel like that little triangle is actually in the creative and marketing world, it's really a square. Or there's well, I wouldn't call it a square. I would say there's one more thing, right? Because you can have quality, you can have speed, you can have what's the other one?
speed,
Quality,
price.
speed,
and price.
and price. You can like pay for all those and like you can nail down all those and it still not work, right? Because concept is like the precursor to things that work. And like concept is crazy important. Like especially when you're talking about video, right? If your video's not designed for a result,
Well, that should fit in your quality category.
and if your website isn't designed for a result, it doesn't matter how good it looks. It's
Well,
wild.
that would all be categorized within quality, I would assume.
I don't. I think they can. I think they're separate because like I can make you a commercial that looks baller. I can make a commercial that just looks amazing, but it's not going to do anything.
Well, sure, yeah. I guess that's how you define quality, right? It's like this commercial's not designed to do X.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it looks sweet,
well, the problem is
but it's not
in the
designed for this. Yeah.
in the
Okay.
reverse, there are low quality commercials that work. Car lot commercials, I hate them, physically hate them, but they work. So that's annoying.
Oh yeah, I guess the
So by that means, though, it's almost like intentional that the quality was low, right?
No, they're
You
doing
don't
the
think
best they can.
so?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Better Call
yeah.
Saul.
Well, it's
Yeah.
well, so I can tell you exactly what's happening in there.
So it's not
Someone's
somebody
coming
leaning
to-
into it.
Yeah,
I haven't
no.
seen these, so I don't know.
Someone's coming into a local news station and they're saying, we want to run ads. And the news station's like, all right, how much money you got? And they're like, we got this much. And then they're like, okay, let's spend as little as possible of that money on the production. And we're going to spend as much of that money as possible on the running of the ad.
Yeah.
Okay.
This reminds me of Better Call Saul when he does the ads for his legal company and he gets yelled at by his boss because they didn't use the voice and the right like language in it. So he got yelled at for that. It's like, well, I just made you like all this money. Like, what's wrong with it?
Aaron, I just sent you a YouTube link. This is like a 2.5 minute video. Perfectly explains.
So you want to know my hourly rate.
Oh, this
it's-
guy's cool.
It's
My hourly
plain,
rate's
it's
this
plain
times this.
two of them.
So I have a
Yeah.
question for you, client.
So yeah, restart this. This is a prime example of what we've been talking
So,
about, but done
you-
in a better sense.
You want to know my hourly rate. So my hourly rate's this times this. So I have a question for you, client. Why do you want to know my hourly rate?
I guess I want to know where my $18,000 is going.
Okay, so does that mean if I do work less hours,
18K
I should
for a
charge you
logo.
less?
Yeah,
So if I go over those hours, I should charge you more.
sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying to me, you value this logo taking longer rather than shorter. So it means if I just tell you it took me 4 months to work on it, you will now owe me $36,000.
If it's in my budget and if I think you're worth it, but I would also ask, why would it take that long to make that logo?
I want to put a lot of effort into it.
But I could hire somebody else who would charge me the same rate but do it quicker.
So you value time over money then?
Sure, as a business
Okay,
person, yeah.
so here's the deal. I work really fast. I can come up with a logo, but I'm being punished for me being efficient and really good. You understand the logic doesn't work now?
Sure.
That's the problem. So clients can't have it both ways. They can't say, tell me how many hours, but you can't go over it. I can't put a cap on it. It has to have some symmetry to the logic. So if I work less, you want me to pay me less. So then there's a lot of analogies that you can draw now. Most business people value time. Remember the beginning of our talk? Time is the most important thing I have. That's it. So if I could do a logo for you right now and you love it in 5 minutes, are you saying it's worth less than 18 or is it worth more now? Because I saved you a lot of time. We can go to market right now. It's worth more. So charging by the hour punishes me for being good. Now I'll tell you what, you can hire 4 interns straight out of school. They'll charge a couple $100 total, and you'll wait. And then you'll say it's not right, but you can't articulate to them and they don't know why. And you keep waiting, you keep revising, and what aren't you doing now? You're not running your business, Jung. Shouldn't you be focused on your business? So my job is this, Jung. I'm going to give you an amazing logo that you're not going to have to change for a long time. A mark that you're going to be proud of, that people are going to look at and clearly understand what it is that you do. That's worth $18,000 today. Come back to me in a year, it'll be 26. That's what it's worth today.
I think
This is a great
That's it.
channel, by the way.
Pepsi
Yeah,
just redid their logo, by the way.
Again,
Yeah, and they paid like $11 million for it. And the behind the scenes of like the whole branding and structure, they had like the history of circles. You see?
there's an insane amount of work that goes into rebranding the
it was
logo
insane.
for a company that size. Because if you f up on doing a logo for Pepsi, and they accept it, your brand, it's all the collateral, all the changing of the
Look up
the
like
branding
branding.
everything, yeah.
I don't
That's
know, like
wild.
Branding guideline or something like that.
Do you know how long that take? Like, this is wild. Like, how
let me
long
look it
this takes to just like make that design? No time. Like,
I know
it's-
they barely
literally-
even,
it's all
like,
the
it's
work.
a-
It's
they
all the
just
work you
changed
don't
it.
It's
see.
a couple. Yeah, no, it's a
circles.
It's a couple semicircles with
yep.
the curves, your curves, and just like
Yeah, they do case studies and
Mhm.
polling and all that stuff, and focus groups, to get people's intent. There's a lot of work that goes into logo design, but it's that point, like that one guy he values time, but then he's like doesn't want to pay
like-
for it or
Did
whatever.
like the golden ratio involved in it and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll build you a website in a week,
Oh yeah, here
but
it
I'm going to
is.
charge you a crap ton of money to do it. 'Cause I have to put all that effort into doing it.
If you search up Pepsi logo change document. And then get out of images and go to regular all. And it should be the first PDF. Yep. This is cool. Like
27 pages.
Scroll down. 27 pages for this just to change the circle.
This is what
Right.
this is what
Now
11.
go up a little bit. Like yeah, okay, yeah, perfect. Right here, universal design. No, page 6. Go down. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Look at that. Circles. The history of circles.
Oh man.
Yeah. Keep going down. You can see the whole timeline right there, Aaron. Yeah.
I
don't know.
Mona Lisa. In here.
I feel like that's a lot of fluff. I feel like that's somebody.
this is.
I feel like that's somebody like
I get. This is
adding extra sentences in a research paper.
Ergo, vis-a-vis,
But-
herewith.
Keep scrolling down, Aaron.
But
just like slowly.
if you think about it, though, you're not
Yeah.
convincing one person. You're convincing a board of people, and you have to
Oh,
try
yeah.
to provide.
Yeah.
oh, they got the different
multitudes.
bottles throughout time too, and now the can.
So this is
Wow.
this is the case study that goes into beforehand
Right.
of changing the logo.
The history and shape
Now,
of the next.
If
post.
you're a brand new company and startup, do you need to do this?
Oh,
Absolutely not. But if you're a company of this size, dealing with multi-billions and billions of
circles?
dollars, you kind of have to take this into account.
Well, and the
yeah.
the risk at question for doing it the wrong way is massive.
Right.
Right. And since it's such a huge risk to come out with something that sucks, right? You have to invest everything you can into focus grouping and into everything.
There's
that-
a
So
girl
you have to do a
or
lot of this BS
creator on
stuff.
TikTok that does bad logos. You guys see
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she has-
Emily Zugay.
Emily
Yeah.
Zugay. Yeah.
She's amazing.
And Microsoft on TikTok only has one follower, and it's her. A multi-billion-dollar software company
Wow.
follows her, and the only person, and she gets like branding and logos and all like just like swag and all this stuff from Microsoft all the time.
I
And she
bet you
does
could
horrible
Google
logos.
Emily Zugay logos.
Oh,
How's it spelled?
they're so bad,
Spell that
but
last
they're
name.
great.
Zugay is Zugay.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Probably on Instagram, yeah, I would say.
Yeah,
Logos.
yeah, go logos
Yeah.
because you'll get a bunch of her face.
She'll go. And,
Look at McDonald's.
nice.
and they used it. McDonald's
Is that
used it for a
Doritos?
while.
Doritos.
Yeah. Like look at TikTok, Tinder, and Apple.
That's
Like
great.
her videos, she's like, oh, so I just felt like redoing this design today. This design looks horrible, so I felt like going with this design. Yeah, like maybe go up, Aaron, just a little bit. McDonald's actually used it on their Twitter for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, she's got like a million.
Thanks for the new logo.
She's got a couple million followers.
I wonder if
I
she could
believe.
charge for that if them just deciding to use that.
Oh, she made money on that.
Yeah.
She made money, all right.
People, companies pay her
So
to do a logo for them. Chrysler paid her.
if you run a business,
Yeah, she's got 3.9 million followers.
So at the end of the day, if you run a business, if you're a B2B, you obviously don't need to do a Black Friday sale. I don't think you need to do that or some sort of deal unless you're trying to hurt for clients and you need the money and you're trying to create that revenue just to keep going. I get that. But in the instance of most, I don't think you need to do it. If you're selling a product, then I do get it because it's the whole sentence. But it's just what caliber of category are you in for pricing? Are you a luxury item? Does Rolex ever do a Black Friday special? No. Does Omega? No. Breitling?
They don't,
no.
They don't need to because those
Petite
people
Philippe?
don't care.
No, it's the type of class you're going. But then you
Yeah.
have someone like Black Rifle Coffee Company. Will definitely do a sale because what's the price of their product? $15 maybe. Sorry, I'm not trying to call you low class.
They probably make
but
more revenue on it because Black Friday they probably do a lot of wholesaling on beans.
Does Tesla? Does the
Right.
car But if you look at car brands, so like Tesla, regardless if you think it's quality or not, doesn't do Black Friday specials or deals. But if you go to a dealership for Ford, they do Black Friday deals.
Well, dealerships are a little bit different.
Still,
'Cause it's not
still
like
the same
directly
thing.
to the manufacturer, right?
But
It's to
still the same
dealership.
thing. But could Tesla sell more vehicles by doing a Black Friday deal?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's not their branding, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they that's my point. Does Rolex need to do a Black Friday? No.
Perception of value.
Yes.
Exactly.
If there is, if it never goes on sale,
Why
it's worth
is
what you're
why
paying.
is Tesla
Luxury.
worth 10 times more next to the closest EV car manufacturer, and they don't even produce anywhere near that because of perception of value? People keep just buying the stock because they love it, and that's why Tesla's worth so much. Because people just keep buying it, and it's just all that perceived
To the
value.
moon.
So,
Mhm.
that being said, I don't have much more to talk about. I don't want to beat this, to dead horse as far as when it comes to Black Friday. You guys have anything else?
Well,
you guys
we covered a lot there, right? We talked about pricing and
don't
creatives. and-
discount yourself. Is all we're
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
I think one thing we didn't talk about was FOMO. It's like that's another big thing too. Fear of missing out.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
A lot of people are like, you have, the end caps. There's only 10 of these left, so people rush to the deals and they try to get the last one, which is where the brawls come into play. So maybe they don't have that anymore. But I
It
don't have no idea.
depends. I see that more with art. That was definitely big with the NFT space.
Yeah.
A lot of those because it was limited runs. You would only have like one of 250.
Artificially created scarcity, right?
Especially
Just
artificially
to
created.
drive up the price point, right? And
Yeah.
that bubble has clearly burst.
Well, on NFTs, yes, but like
Yes.
the brand Supreme does stuff like that. If you guys know that brand, it's like they sell the most
Buy
ridiculous
Buy a brick.
a brick, and it's branded Supreme, and it sells for like
$600-$700.
more, or a plunger.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1,200 for a
What?
Yep.
brick.
Or brick.
Some of those are probably fake, but like people waited in line at a Supreme store to buy a damn brick. Go to StockX. That's more.
What is Supreme?
It's like a clothing brand.
Yeah.
And it's more of like a high end brand of like your kids who have parents that have money tend to buy this stuff.
Trust fund babies.
Yeah, trust fund kids. Go to the brand Supreme, but yeah, $192. All this random things are just like a
Fanny pack.
$92 for a beanie. That probably cost $2 to make.
Yeah.
Because they have very limited edition runs. Look, go to the name tag.
Band-Aids? They
Go
got
to the
Band-Aids.
name tag. Sticker Supreme name badge. A packet of 100
pack
for
for
$30.
Jeez,
That makes no
what,
sense.
$3.80 per sticker.
Yeah,
Man.
but people wait in line because it's got this perceived value of
Right.
wealth and luxury.
You know that this is just coming from one of those Chinese
Oh yeah.
companies.
So
They're just
ridiculous.
slapping that logo on there.
Yeah, and they're making. I don't think it's a Chinese brand. But yeah, there's a lot of counterfeits for this brand because of so much demand for people wanting, Supreme or like it's the same thing with like Gucci or whatever clothing. So it's so stupid, and most average people won't buy it, but it's the people who want to convey the aspect of I have money or wealth will buy it.
It's a play
Or
on
people that
vanity.
do have
my
money.
Brick.
Yeah. Look at my brick and stare at it. It's a play on vanity, just
Or
be
like
part of the group.
Elon Musk's flamethrower.
Oh, from the
that-
boring,
The
company.
Boring
yeah.
Company. It was just one. It's not a flamethrower. It's a asphalt
He had
tar remover.
He
You
had
could
to
buy it
cla-
at Home
he had to
Depot.
classify it as not a flamethrower because it would be a class 3 weapon.
But it's not. It's the same as it's the same exact item you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's
Right.
in
Yeah.
California.
He just made it up.
And it just has a gun look feel to it. But it's sold out like that, and now those guns go for like $5,000 on eBay. I've almost bought one, and I was like, this is so stupid. I should have bought one. Or the Tesla tequila. I bought it. You know how much it's worth now? It's like worth over $1,000. I've had one sip of it. I'm never gonna sell it, but still,
Is it at least good?
it's okay. It's just I found the actual the
With the
he just
distillery?
hired some other distiller that already had tequila, and they just poured it into a Tesla bottle, and then people go crazy for it. It's the same thing with all these celebrity brands.
Oh, yeah.
People are the worst.
All these
People are the
celebrity,
worst.
it's all these like mostly you think of it like most of these celebrity liquor brands. They
Everyone
just go to some other
Oh,
company
yeah.
that have already
Was
existed.
it Agave or the Rocks tequila or whatever?
The only one that would say that was
Mateo.
was
Theme right there.
Ryan Reynolds' Aviation Gin.
Aviation
That already
Gin, yep.
existed before Ryan Reynolds got involved.
Right.
So it's not like he made his own brand. He just
You
bought
got
the
what,
company.
Was it the Laughing Man? Have you tried that coffee? The Laughing Man?
huge.
Remember that commercial we
Jackman?
watched?
Obviously, his commercial didn't convince you to buy
I
it.
guess not.
No, sure didn't.
Such heroic.
Cost $1 million.
All right.
So I think that's I think ultimately what we've learned from this is
People are the worst.
people are the worst.
You say that every podcast.
And Black Friday pulls out the worst.
That's the
in
theme
people.
here.
it does
The
pull.
most base instincts, right? Is what drives
Resource
somebody
gathering and,
to fight
and
over like
barbarianism.
like a dress in a, like
Money.
like ripping it off the shelf
Money.
before someone else can get it.
At the end of the day, money
What?
just amplifies who you are. But
Yeah.
money is a great tool for measurement on what is the outcome of going to be something. You can see what the trends are. Just like that political site, the political betting site.
Yeah.
They're more accurate and getting who's going to be elected based on the betting trends.
It's like gambling. Gambling
saying.
just, is a reflection of who you are already, right?
Yeah.
Amplifies it.
It just amplifies.
It amplifies it.
So if you're bad with money
Totally
and you win the
amplifies it.
lottery,
Yeah.
you're going to end up losing all your money. But if you're already good with money and you win the lottery, you're more likely going to be fine and safe. So anyways, that's all I have for today for the Think Fresh Move Forward podcast. Do you guys have anything lasting quotes other than you hate people?
People are the worst.
Or people are the worst?
What a great philosophy on life.
For someone
You're
that
gonna
works
deal
with people.
Make sure they pay you
People
a lot of
are
money.
fundamentally the worst.
Runnihilism.exe.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
All right.
Nothing matters and nothing makes sense. We're spinning on a ball around the sun. Intergalactic space, everything fucking expanding.
Speaking of that, I'm about to get into Rick and Morty, and I've been told
Oh,
by
yeah.
multiple people it's a show to watch.
I like it.
You
I've
gotta
tried
watch.
to. I've
Have
tried
you
it.
not watched Rick and Morty
I
yet?
haven't watched it. No.
Dude.
This is my third
I
attempt
saw-
of trying to close the podcast.
Yeah.
and
Watch
it just
it.
keeps going.
Watch it. Well, you gotta like fade it out towards the end, just to keep rambling on and keep talking.
Or
Moist.
the like music they play when somebody's got an award.
like the news anchor at the end.
No, they got the award and they play the music to get them off. Like,
yeah.
what are they,
Leave the
acceptance
stage.
speech.
Leave the stage. Emmy walk off music.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, we're gonna be copyrighted for this.
Oh yeah, no, don't
Yeah,
play that.
don't play
that. Don't play that.
All right.
Or was the show?
Oh my god. I'm
Until
trying-
next week.
Until next week.
Until next
Until next
time.
week. The questions don't matter and the points don't matter.